Hi guys, welcome back. All right, Sagittarians, let's take a look at this. We're going to take a peek at the retrograde coming up for Sag and how it's going to hit Sag. So bearing in mind that retrograde occurs when, Mercury laps us because it moves faster on its orbit than Earth does. So nothing's ever going in the reverse. Rather, it's coming back around the same way hands on a clock come back, past 12. So this happens 3 to 4 times a year. And so we have like passage of time, but something that comes back up either into the forefront of our mind or something that might be readdressed, something we might look at again. We have got a 6 of coins, we've got a 10 of swords, we have the star, and we have the 5 of cups. Okay, so in this story for Sag, it does look like, I don't know if Sag is about to hear from somebody who would very much like to still hear things. This feels like a drunk dial with some tears. I mean, it just does. It feels like there's maybe a very unexpected, like, yeah, and this could be that maybe Sag has been feeling the same way also. Like, I've been sad too. This is a really painful ending. Um, and the whole thing, the way it went down, makes me sad. This could be two people that see each other and it's like, oh my God, this hurts more than what I thought. Sometimes when we end things and we're not around that person anymore, like we're trudging along and then we bump into them or we see them and it's like, oh my God, this has been really bumpy and I guess I didn't acknowledge it. Or this could be that two people hear from, other people. We could have a Taurus that's intervening a little bit and just like, oh, I saw your ex, kind of talked about you for a minute, and wow, they had tears in their eyes. It may not be a drunk dial, it might be somebody verbally saying, and this could be that, maybe Sag gets misty eyed too, and it's like, they were that sad, huh? Honestly, I'm sad too. Maybe I do want to talk to them to, like, this is no way to end things badly. It almost feels like if Sag is going to hear that somebody is broken up over them, there's an energy of like, that makes me sad to hear that they're broken up over our breakup. That feels like this breakup is painful for me and for them. Let me just ask, can I get more clarity on that 6 of Pentacles? Yeah, the 6 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Coins. So this is a timeline jump. I would definitely say it's Sag just saying, well, I mean, I moved on, even though I wasn't 100% sure, but that's what I thought I should do. I thought that's what we both wanted. We both said, yeah, I guess we should let this go. But how come it still stings then? Let me take a look at that 10 of Swords. 3 of Cups. We definitely see two people going to have to face each other again. Maybe I should say getting to, not having to, but getting to face each other again. And that could be really wonderful, actually, because let's take a look at that Aquarius star card. That's the opportunity to heal things. Page of Wands, 10 of Swords. Two people maybe never got a chance to get real closure because they need to tell each other, this ending has been terrible on me. Oh, this ending's been terrible on me too. I've wanted to tell you, like, don't think that I'm not devastated over this. Even if we both still agree we had to not be together, there is this energy of, but we need to know that the other one is sad over it too. Almost like, so that both people know it's not like I'm rebounding. It's not like you didn't mean anything. It's not like I don't think about you. It's not like I don't feel kind of lost without you. Tell me about that 5 of Cups. The Magician. I think that two people are about to say, like, I've been hoping that I would see you because honestly, I've really been missing you. This is a really tough ending. Like, this has not been easy. It almost feels like either two people just want the other one to know, just know that there's that song. I just wanted you to know that sometimes driving home at night, I let your memory take control and I'm sitting by your side. It's just somebody who's like, I just wanted you to know. I mean, it almost feels like that kind of a message. Like two people cared so much about each other, that it's like, even if it's a good thing that we're not going to still be together the way we once were, kind of feels like two people don't really want each other out of one another's lives. And this Mercury retrograde seems to be bringing that up to the surface. Can I get one more? What does Sag really want? Oh, there's justice. There may be something where it's like Sag wants, either they want to be told by this person, like, I need to tell you how much I miss you. Maybe Sag is like, yeah, they need to let me know that. I want something to be made right, something that was wrong. I almost feel like maybe there was something that destroyed a connection. It's like, we can't get back together, even though I sure wish that we could. We have a Five of Swords. No, there was a fight. These two ended on bad terms, and there was too much love here to have let bad terms and, be the between them. I feel like either Sag was very hurt by this person's, final words. Like, it almost feels like two people who had way too much good history to let things end like, whoops, an immature, like, whatevs, this doesn't matter. And Sag is like, you don't walk away from me like that. That's just mean. That's not right. I could see how that would be the thing where it's like, even if we're sure that we should part ways, still, I loved you once, you loved me once. Because everything here still says that these two are not going to be together. We still have it 2 times. We have the Ten of Swords. But it's like, but you don't walk away like that. We can't be enemies, or you can't flagrantly disregard me. That hurt. And I think that's the thing for Sag, is it's like, that really was an ugly way to end things, especially when maybe we had a lot, we had lots of memories, we had lots of love. So it's kind of wonderful to see that. I mean, they're busted up over this. They're in the same boat. Let's take a look. What do they really want? Seven of Swords, Ten of Cups. They want to quit lying through their damn teeth that Sag wasn't the happiest person they'd ever been with. They want to quit lying that they are happy with the way things ended. They're not. This person has been fronting like crazy, acting like everything's fine. Why were you even doing that, character? Why were you pretending that everything was fine? The Star, Devil sideways. Because, I thought that would heal it. If I acted like, this is great, this is good, this is perfect, can't show how I kind of think this person's low-key obsessed still with Sag, and this is not an okay ending for them either in any way, shape, or form. But I think they were trying to protect their heart by acting like, oh yeah, no problem, we're done, peace out. Acting like it was fine. It wasn't fine. Nothing's fine for this person. Which, I mean, that part there tells me that, okay, they have actually a lot of love for Sag. A lot of love. This has been very excruciating for them too, this breakup. And in this fictional story, it has been very painful for them. I keep feeling like my earring wants to pop off. So during this Mercury retrograde, how is it hitting you then? We see you just as sad. Five of Wands. They're fighting with themselves all the time. What are you fighting with yourself over? Is it because you're trying so hard not to reach out? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They're trying to say, I guess I can move on. I guess, it's okay that there's new beginning between me and Sag, right? It's got to be fine. It's totally fine. It's not fine. Are you going to be telling this then? Because this is what it looks like is bringing this circular retrograde message. It's bringing this back in. Yeah, we have the Chariot. It's sideways. I almost think that maybe a supernatural force is going to bring Sag and this possibly Cancerian back into each other's realm. We also have strong Aquarius. And by the way, Aquarius got 2 retrograde messages, and there was fire in both of those messages. So I don't know. I wouldn't have said that this was reminiscent, though, at all of like the energy of Sag in the Aquarius video. I'm just mentioning that there were 2 Aqua videos, but I would have said it was completely if very different tempo, very different energy in those. But this just kind of looks like, if anything, I said at the beginning, is there like a third party or somebody who's going to like talk about, Sag to them or vice versa? This whole thing makes it appear, at least to my eyes, they're in the head and heart space of like, yeah, that person, that chariot there. I got to go talk to them, or the universe or a third party is conspiring to bring Sag back into some kind of communication, but almost like they're going to hear about it through somebody else. I bumped into your ex yesterday. They asked about you. They got teary-eyed. They're not over you, right, Sag? That's what it feels like. And it feels like Saggy's response is, I'm sad about that too. I mean, we both said that it was a good thing to move on, but it didn't end nice to me either. But honestly, this says Sag is very much remembering, yeah, but they were the ones who acted like everything was fine and that was hurtful. So if they have something to say to me, maybe they should come say it. Like, that's more the vibe I'm getting off of this. What's the, let's go for the universe. What's the retrograde message for Sag on this? What's the universe got to say? King of Swords says, if we want to make space, we have the Lovers and we have the Five of Wands sideways. It's one of two things. Remember, this is a card of choice. If Sag is happy that they moved on and they want to get with somebody new, it says then, even if there was unfinished business or seemingly it's something in the past didn't end very well and we're finding out that person is still hurt over it, and in truth, we kind of were too. This says, yeah, but lean toward the new person because it's somebody that hasn't treated us in that painful way. That might confirm, like, yes, that's why I moved on from that person of the past. On the other hand, if there are feelings that are still lingering and there's emotion and there's a need to clear the air, it just says only Sag will know what they need to do. But the Five of Wands sideways says clearly Sag still thinks about them. They still think about Sag. Maybe because there was a lot of love there, but Sag has to decide, is this a moment that I'm moving on with somebody new and I'm saying, yes, they remind me of why I'm not with them and why we decided to break up and why I'm moving on. So I'm fully using this as the motive to lean into the arms of the new person I'm dating. And that's why this retrograde message comes back around where they're like, oh, I miss Sag. This isn't the way I wanted it to end. Sag is like, yeah, me neither. But it was pretty mean the way it ended stuff. But you know what? It's a good thing that we parted ways because I am happy and I am moving on with my life and I did meet somebody new. So we could say Sag could evaluate it that way. Or they have to evaluate, is there something still here that needs to be explored? It just says, as always, know that we get to pick in our life where we put our energy, who we share our energy with, but we have to know why we want to share our energy with someone. What about for them? What's the big message for them? Queen of Cups and Ten of Swords sideways. For this retrograde message for them, it kind of still feels like if they wish that they could still have Saggy's like good loving or support or kindness, even though, I mean, this feels like this isn't clear on what they actually want, because it's like, well, it's still over, but I still want to be loved. They need to figure out, what are you asking Sag for? We know that you miss Saggy's energy, but it might be that they miss Saggy's comfort. Not that they have something to give. Sometimes characters come in to receive comfort, not to give anything. So the sadness could be for themselves, because I miss it when Sag used to, hold me close and be so gentle. I'm hearing that song by Candy Stanton. He called me baby, baby all night long. He used to hold and kiss me until the dawn. But then one day I awoke and he was gone. There's no more baby, baby all night long. It kind of feels like this person might be crying a little bit more for themselves, because I still don't see that there's this let's get back together. I almost think this is a story where it's like what comes back around is the awareness that although things didn't end the way they should have when it was painful, that is the evidence of yes, that's why we actually ended things, because we weren't that great together. And now I'm really leaning toward a new romance, at least on Sagi's side. Look, Sag gets to do whatever they want, but there's definitely the energy of sorrow that we see all through this still has the energy of yes, but it's over. And kind of, I mean, we've had the Ten of Swords 3 times. It still kind of looks like everybody knows that it's better to let this go, but it just shouldn't have been let go like with an ugliness. Maybe these two still need to just find a way to say, look, we could still actually have maybe a distant friendship, or just so you know, I will always still care about you. And it makes me sad that we didn't work out. But on the other hand, I'm moving forward and I'm going to be really happy elsewhere. I don't know. This doesn't feel like a retrograde message of like, and then they get back together and everything works. It doesn't look like that at all. It just looks like things were improperly shut down in the past, and that's the real reason there's still some hurt. But it might be just what Sag needed to clear their mind to say, and that is why I moved on. That's the evidence that proves to me I'm glad I'm moving on. So two things can be true at the same time. We can be sad about something and also still say, yes, but it's a good thing that I'm moving on. But it doesn't have to be ugly. You know, we don't have to end ugly. Now you're just somebody that I used to know, you know, but you didn't have to cut me off, you know, change your name and act like we were nothing. That song's a great song, because that's exactly kind of what we're talking about. Better to always leave things as friends, or, you know, thank you for the dance kind of energy. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.